What is happening, everybody?
Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our adventures.
This week's adventure brings us to Kings Canyon National Park. We're here to camp, hike, and explore this absolutely majestic national park.
So let's do stuff. I'm Tara. That's Lucas. We're on a quest for new adventures and great food. Come along with us as we explore our incredible world. Spread over 460,000 acres of the southern Sierra Nevadas along the Kings River is Kings Canyon National Park. The park is split into two sections, a smaller section called Grant Grove and a much larger area to the northeast, Cedar Grove. Kings Canyon shares a border with Sequoia National Park, and only a small fraction of the park is easily accessible. Carved by ancient glacial movement, this canyon has some of the steepest vertical relief in North America, with multiple peaks over 14,000 feet. Established as the 28th National Park in 1940, it boasts over 200,000 acres of old-growth forest, preserved forever.
From the visitor center, we're heading into the Grant Grove section of the park, home to the second largest giant sequoia in the world, General Grant. Along the Grant Tree Trail, be sure to stop and check out Fallen Monarch, an enormous sequoia tree that was hollowed out by fire before it fell over 300 years ago.
So it was a house for 10 years, two guys lived in here, and then it was a hotel for one season, one summer, basically. And until 1914, the United States Cavalry used this as a barn.
Incredible.
Seems trippy, but here we are. Back in 1890, Grant Grove was established as its very own national park, and it was annexed into the newly created Kings Canyon National Park in 1940. Basically, the reason that happened is because Congress and the Sierra Club wanted to expand the protection for these huge, majestic, ancient trees, and they wanted to cover a bigger area, so they commissioned Ansel Adams, who was a member of the Sierra Club, to do some glamour shots of these beauties, and it worked. It is absolutely mind-blowing how enormous this tree is.
Some of the branches are bigger than like really big trees on their own, just the branches.
Yeah.
It is so much bigger than any tree around it. It's stunning, and some of these trees are pretty darn big in their own right. And they look like twigs. They look like toothpicks by comparison. The thing is absolutely massive.
It's pretty intense.
I could sit here and look at this all day.
Pretty much.
Honestly.
Next, we take a 10-minute drive uphill to a truly extraordinary vantage point.
Oh, this is just stupid. Oh my goodness. This is Panoramic Point, and we just came around the turn, and it just unfolds in front of you, and it's epic.
Enormous trees, a mountain range, Hume Lake. You can see for miles.
I'm dumbfounded. This view is gorgeous.
It's up over 7,000 feet, and it's a really cool bird's eye view of the Sierra Nevadas. For dinner, we're here at Grant Grove Restaurant. They have a touchless ordering system that you can do on your phone or a little kiosk outside, and they call your name at the window. You can take your food to go, or you can eat it in this nice dining room or on the patio outside. I got a pizza with pepperoni and pineapples. It's good. The crust is nice and crispy, and the sauce is pretty light. Everything's nice and crispy on top, and it's really fresh. Good morning.
Oh, hey, you're here. Morning. We got a lovely night's sleep. This campsite is awesome. Right up against this creek here.
It comes with its own white noise machine.
Seriously, like, it's so peaceful. We found this campsite on Hip Camp. It's located along Highway 180 between the two sections of the national park. Kings Canyon RV Resort is a privately owned campsite with RV and tent sites, a gas station, firewood, food, and ice cream for sale. Tara just made her famous vegetable eggs, bacon, and cheese scramble. If you remember our video from 4th of July last year at Casper's Regional Park, I'll link that up here if you want to see the recipe. And yes, we are planning a cookbook at some point, so subscribe if you want to catch that in the future. We got an action-packed day planned in the park. So we're just gonna fuel up and head out. All right, y'all, what a drive in. Oh man, the giant granite cliffs and the Kings River cutting through here.
Just full of boulders, water rushing around. It has no right being this beautiful.
I'm sorry, honey, I'm divorcing you and marrying the Kings River. It is absurdly beautiful. So the first activity for today is Grizzly Falls. It's just right here off the road, and we're gonna walk to it. Let's check it out. Well, that is a spectacular waterfall. There's this V shape. It gets like split off the rocks and it splits in two.
I don't know what it is about water falling down rocks, but it is magical. And super close to the parking lot, so if you're looking for something easy to get to and super good payoff for your time, this is it. From one waterfall to another, our next stop is just up the road at Roaring River Falls. Flowing down from Dead Man and Cloud Canyons, deep in the park's wilderness, a narrow chute forms and the Roaring River crashes down into a pool.
At 40 feet, it's most powerful in the late spring and early summer.
And even though the pool at the bottom looks inviting, it is actually pretty dangerous. The rocks are slippery and the currents can drag you under. So don't go swimming.
All right, I'm gonna hop in. Okay, For our hike today, we are going on the Woods Creek Bubbs Creek Trail, which if you take it to its conclusion, is a giant 40-mile loop. We are not doing that.
No.
We are going on a 4.5-mile loop out to Bailey Bridge.
The hike starts at Road's End, which is the very end of Highway 180 that leads in and out of the park. And it's about 2 miles to the bridge and 2.5 miles back.
Let's go. Made it to the bridge. It's about the halfway point. I'm gonna cross and then have a little snack break.
Is it cold?
Yeah, it's a tad bit.
So no, you're not gonna jump in?
No.
No, okay.
You wanna make fun of me, you come jump in.
Oh no, I'm good.
Go for it. Well, it looks like the river kind of ran through the path, so we're having to do some experimental through river hiking.
Yeah.
This is kind of fun. Let's do this. Hold it.
What? No, I'm not holding
Oh, you're just going through, huh?
I'm not holding anything.
Oh no, she's just going through it. She doesn't need anything to walk across. Just walk right through the water. Ah! That is one mighty boulder. Holy cow. And I just burped. The boulder is so big it has its own tree growing in it. Wow. Wow. Seriously, wow. That was spectacular, tremendous, phenomenal. One of, and I'm not being hyperbolic, the best hikes I have ever been on.
Yep.
Highly recommend. If you go out to Bailey Bridge, don't come back the way you came.
Yeah.
Come
Do
back
the
the other way. Do the loop, because the other side was dramatically more beautiful than this side.
Absolutely.
Than the start, yeah.
We got all sort of the foresty areas and the ferns growing.
Giant granite boulders and the river, and yeah, just gorgeous.
Spectacular.
I love this place.
All right, it's dinner time and we're gonna start this fire. We're gonna grill some chicken over it and we're gonna make a Greek-inspired salad. I put the chicken on these skewers for easy grilling. Okay, so here's what we're putting in the salads. Cucumbers, bell peppers, tomatoes, red onions. We've got a mix of baby greens and spinach, an olive mix, feta cheese. On the side, we've got some pita bread and hummus. We're gonna toss that chicken on there, and we're gonna toss it all in a balsamic vinaigrette.
All right. Let's eat. You know, there's something about the char from the fire on the chicken. Just adds that extra dimension. The feta, greens, dressing. It's fantastic.
I always feel like we're missing out on vegetables when we're camping, so there you go.
On this channel, you've seen us eat some pretty decadent things, which we do from time to time, but most nights it's something like this. We eat a lot of salads. We eat pretty darn healthy, actually. You might be surprised. Well, that was one spectacular day. Did I already say spectacular?
Probably, but there's only so many words to describe how amazing this park is.
Talk about an underrated park. I hear about Sequoia all the time. I do not hear much about Kings Canyon, but this is incredible.
The river really makes it something special.
Yeah. So we got some fun stuff tomorrow too. But for right now, it's starting to get dark. It's really starting to cool down. We're gonna enjoy the campfire. I'll pick you up in the morning. All right, first activity of the day is Boynton Cavern. It is a privately owned cavern on National Forest Service land just before the entrance to Kings Canyon National Park. We're gonna go check it out. Boynton Cavern is hidden in the 2,000-foot marble walls of King's Gate. They were formed in the Mesozoic era between 250 and 66 million years ago.
This cave is formed from water. Water erosion, water solution. This cave is what we call a solution cave. It was formed from water and something called carbonic acid. That's just water mixed with carbon dioxide. You breathe it out, it comes out of a lot of stuff. Plants breathe it in. It was on Earth for a long, long time before we were a thing. So if you've ever been to a lake or the ocean, the water ebbs and flows, but it leaves sand as it washes back to the sea. That's what happened here. It washed in and washed away and left all that rock right here. And this is all calcite, so this was all brought in.
Mapped and occupied by J.P. Boynton in the mid-1800s. The cavern was acquired by the government in 1883.
Call that river room. It's called that for obvious reasons. If you look down, it's pretty evident that there was a river running through here at one point. That point wasn't so far back. Every season you get a lot of water in here, not too much like a creek. Yeah. But about 3 years ago we actually had a river in here. It's gonna get pretty dark in here. It's gonna get really dark in here. And for us to experience it, if anyone has any lights, I'm gonna ask you to turn them off just for a second. You ready? Yeah. Over here we have ribbons, and those form when water slides down the ceiling or right there the cave wall, and it'll leave calcite in trails. Like if you ever seen a snail leave a trail of slime, the water leaves a trail of calcite.
The guided tour lasts roughly 45 minutes, and it's a really informative and memorable experience.
Okay.
Well, I had pretty minimal expectations. It's a cave. How cool could it be?
It's a cavern.
Sorry, it's a cavern.
Okay.
Excuse me. But it was pretty cool. Literally, it was pretty cool. It was 55 degrees.
Apparently. And we saw a bat.
We did see a bat very briefly. You might have seen that, or maybe not, because it was pretty blurry.
I think the tour was totally worth it. There was a lot of good information, and we really enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah, if you're in the area, check it out. Boynton Cavern. Okay, y'all. Only way to end this video right is to jump in this river, because this is gorgeous and we've been looking at it for 2 days and we haven't showered. So we're gonna hop in. It's freezing cold. Let's try not to die. I cannot explain to you how cold this is. Whoa. I may not even get in. Oh my God. This is freezing. Ow. It counts that I got mostly in, right? Oh. Tara's totally jumping in.
I'm a mermaid on a rock. I'm not going in the water.
Oh. As good as a shower, right? Oh. I'm glad you find this funny.
It's really funny. I'm nice and toasty on this rock though.
All right, I may not have jumped all the way in, but I did cover myself in water. Took a shower, basically. It's really nice once you get adjusted. It's just that getting adjusted. And this is not a safe place at all. There's like a tiny little cove, but right here, the current is swift. So I don't want to drown in the river.
Yeah, the currents are really swift and most of the river is pretty dangerous to swim in.
But this wraps up our trip to Kings Canyon National Park. Thank you so much for coming along.
If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for future adventures.
We'll see you in the next one. Hello. Hi, hello.
I got a good breakfast in front of me. I'm not trying to talk.